If you have to pick between Ding and Gukesh, who is the pick?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this many times already, both here and on streams and everything else. I mean, unless Ding has a way to suddenly reverse, basically I would say have basically short-term memory loss, where everything that's happened over the last year goes out of his mind, and he's able to play great chess as well. It's just, I don't see it being a close match. I think that all the signs point to a clear and dominating Gukesh victory. First of all, he's been playing much better chess over the last year and a half. Secondly, he's much younger, so he is still improving. He has not peaked in terms of the level that his chess can get to. And then third, just look at Ding's games. I think specifically I would look at the game against Liang, because in that game he had a marginal advantage, I think like 0.3, 0.4 was an end game. Those are the sorts of games in a world championship match you're going to have to win. You're going to have to grind those games out like Magnus has done many times. And not only did he not grind out, he then went from better to equal to a very slightly worse end game. And obviously in a world championship match where everybody's super well prepared, you're probably going to get these positions where you're slightly worse, and then he didn't defend that either. So he didn't convert the small advantage, then he turned it into a slightly worse end game, which he should have defended, but he even lost that. So just to me, I just don't see any world where Gukesh doesn't win, unless Ding is able to, say, draw the first 4 or 5 games, and we get to a moment where if he gets like one great game in the middle and he wins, then of course he could win the match. But overall, I would say it's probably 80-20. That's my prediction in favor of Gukesh.
I have to choose one of them.
I'd go for Gukesh.
I think maybe Ding. I'd still maybe go with Ding. I don't know. Yeah.
Gukesh.
I have to go with Ding, honestly. Yeah.
Gukesh.
I'm not rooting for anyone, but I still would say at the moment it's more likely that Gukesh is winning.
Gukesh.
Gukesh.
If I need to choose one, I would prefer if Ding won.
Heavily in favor of one of them, of Gukesh.
In Gukesh, what you see is what you get. He's very strong. He's coming up a lot.
It's a hot take to say that like Gukesh is the big favorite, so I don't know. I mean, the only hot take would be if someone's like, Ding is the favorite, but I think that one's too hot that probably no one has ever said that, so
yeah, right now I would pick Gukesh.
Gukesh? Gukesh.
Hope Ding does well. I'm looking forward to a big comeback.
Gukesh will win, but it will take him a while before he wins the first game, sort of like Magnus against Vichy in their first match. It took Magnus a couple games. They made some draws, you know. There's some nerves in the beginning, I think. So I think it'll be a close match.
Grandmasters, and they all think that the match won't last 14 games. So we'll see. Huh? Is that obvious, yeah? Who's gonna win? Yeah, that's a good question, yeah. Well, the higher rated one.
Yeah, I don't want to be boring, so let's say Ding is going to win convincingly.
He's been doing better than ever. The crown will not look weird on his head.
Ding became the world champion with a strong mentality. So he has been there, he's done that. I guess he could do it.
I would say Gukesh is the slight favorite as I currently see it, with the big caveat that almost everything depends on Ding's mental and emotional preparation.
So right here, right now, with what we've seen from Ding, I would say, yeah, whatever, it's 60-40 Gukesh with, the unknown being what shape Ding will be in. But of course, if 2018 Ding somehow shows up, things could be different. But yeah, from the games we've seen, you have to make Gukesh the favorite as of today.
I mean, seeing the current form, that Gukesh is obviously a favorite. That's no doubt about it. But, you know, saying that like World Championship is a completely different event.
I don't treat it as a World Championship match. For me, World Championship match was always the match for the title of the best player in the world. I think the history of the World Championship matches that started, by the way, here in St. Louis, with Steinitz facing Zuckertor back in 1886, has ended with Magnus Carlsen. There were 16 world champions. You could call them, you know, just this is at this every given moment, the best players. It's those who do the title by beating the best player. So it's, with all due respect, Ding playing Gukesh, it's an important event. It's still FIDE event. It's a quote-unquote official title. But these days, you know, with all the modern technologies, with chess getting faster and faster, with our lives getting also faster, it's to keep an antiquated system of qualification that takes 18 months or longer to select a challenger, it's not adequate. And I think Magnus' decision, though probably I would have acted differently, but still his decision was a correct one. And you can see that he's enjoying himself now. He's playing with probably better chess than before this tough decision that he had made. As for the match, I think Gukesh is a favorite because the way Ding had been playing lately, it's kind of a shadow of old Ding we all remember. If he can recover miraculously, so then it will be an interesting fight. But in any case, it's an event that has nothing to do with the main idea of the World Championship match to define the best player on the planet.